So I take it your project is this one?
Yep.
What are they building?
There. So what they're building, it's a mixed use development. It's going to have a childcare centre, supermarket, cinema, and some apartments as well. So there's a lot going on in there. Our role for this job is primarily to provide horizontal and vertical control. So we need to make sure the building is going to be positioned in the right location, and it's also going to be built vertically, so straight walls. So we need to provide points of reference for height. So for each level as we go up, it's going to be about 8 stories high. So we need to make sure everything accords with how it's been designed. So we've got a lot of responsibility for this job. It's a job we've been working at for the last year and a bit. We're generally here every couple of weeks, I would say, even every week if they really need us. Another item we're doing, which Tom's doing just at the moment, is monitoring. So we can see what's left of the old building, which is just the facade.
Yeah.
We've got some reference points on these walls,
Yeah.
and these walls have been left in place because they're actually heritage listed, so they couldn't be knocked down.
Okay.
But as part of the building inspector, or the site supervisor, wants to know these walls aren't moving. Obviously there's pedestrians walking near it, there's cars driving by. So we've got little targets on the wall. We check these every week to 2 weeks, just to make sure there's been no shift in those targets.
Does it feel good seeing a project that you've worked on for Go to Woe actually come to fruition and they open it? And
Yeah, of course it does. So a lot of work goes into it. We're involved for a long period of time, and often the surveyors are the first ones on site. Before construction can commence, the builders need reference points. They need to know where they're going to be building. So more often than not, surveyor will be the first one on site, and that's when there might be just a big hole in the ground. Really satisfying as you see the structure go up, such as this one here, and then when you're at the top. And if it's really high building, it's great. You get up on the top, you get a great view of the surrounding area, and a lot of satisfaction. Yeah, okay, record that, mate.
So Evan's telling me the height of the prison that he's showing me at, so that every shot that we take off this, we can determine the height of. And then later we'll use a GPS to go over that, to compare what the GPS tells us to get a more accurate number.
Yeah, what we're going to do now is Tom's going to get the GPS unit. So I've put in some survey marks, our control points.
Okay.
They're very important. They're going to be used a lot as this building goes up. So I want a second check on them. So we can use the GPS unit, which will give us fixed coordinates that I can then relate the measurements from our total station to.
Okay.
So we'll get that set up.
And this is one that you put down earlier?
Yeah, this is one that I put down earlier. Yeah, a little nail. So I'll put a little bit of a paint mark around it, just a tiny little mark, so then when we come back,
you can find it.
It's just a little bit easier to find.
This here is the GPS. So GPS connects to all the satellites depending on your position and what's the obstacles that are covering you. So not all points can be GPSed, or they just won't be as accurate. So you have to select the points that you choose. And so today we're GPSing to determine the height of surveying marks that we put in for control. So this controller controls the GPS. So right now we're connecting the two together, and then we enter in the controller, we say this is a survey mark, so it's 004, because each point have codes.
Yep.
And we measure how high this is off the ground and enter this into here, and then basically let it record for 60 seconds, and then we'll come up with a result.